Yes. Uh, Hello everyone. So today we are going to have the problem on a DC distributor which is being fed at one end. So let me write down here. So DC distribution which has been fed at one end. So in the previous class I just highlighted one of the problem and I just told you what are the key things that you need to take from the problem. So one is the length of the distributor, distributor which is being present, and each and every feeding points that is being there. So 2000 meters would be the length of the distributor, and at each point what is the what is the currents that is being taking there. So let me highlight at each and every point. So it's a DC distributor A and B which is being present. So at this point A, so as I said that it is a DC distributor which is being fed at one end. So I have each and every points which is being present here as the feeding points to the loading terminals. When I say it is a feeding point, it is generally the loading terminals which are being attached to that feeding point which is being present there. So let me write it as I1, I2, I3 and I4 which is being present. So I1 current, so from the figure I can write it as 100 amperes. I2 current, it is being written as 150 amperes, and I3 current, it is being written as 200 amperes which is being present there. I4 current, it is 50 amperes which is being present there. So all these currents are being fed, these are the currents which are being taken out from the loading terminals there. So these are the points. So let me write down these points as C, D, E and F. So the overall length of this distributor, which is generally it is called as a concentrated loading. So I'll tell you once you have the different type of loading condition, I'll tell you what you mean by a concentrated loading. So each and every loading conditions are being specified here in terms of the current as I1, I2, I3 and I4 there. So what you need to do is, so you need to take the sum of all the currents which are being present here as the current which is feeding through the point A. So the current feeding through the point A is I1 plus, I2 plus, I3 plus, I4. So these are the currents which are being feeding through the point A which is being present here. So the sum of the currents is to be taken here. And next one, what is being present here is you have the different distances at each and every section here. So section, okay, section AC, section CD, section DE and section EF. So generally point B and F are generally coinciding there. So I can take it to be EB itself. So section AC, CD, DE and EB are the sections which are being present there in such terminals, and the potential VA is being maintained at 300 volt. So what do you mean by potential VA? Is nothing but the feeding point A is maintained at a potential, that is the potential difference of 300 volt which is to be maintained there. So it forms a closed path. So if I want to consider this part and this part, so each and every part here becomes a closed part here. So I need to analyze what is the potential drop that is being there in the section AC. So potential drop in each and every section which is being present there. So potential drop in section AC which is being present there. So in order to find out the potential drop in section AC, I need to find out what is the resistance of that section, which is RAC. I can find out, and the current which is being flowing through that section is IAC. So the current flowing through this section will be entirely equal to the sum of the currents, because there are no other feeding points which are being present there. So I know the currents now. So let me take the sum of the currents as I1 plus I2 plus I3 plus I4. So overall sum of the currents which is entering at the loading terminal, generally at the loading terminal A, is said to be the sum, which is 100 plus 150, 250, 250 plus 200 is 450, 450 plus 50 is 500 amperes of current which is being flowing through it. So next what we are going to find out is the value of the distances that is being present there. So section AC distance. So here I can have the section AC distance there. So it is generally given by 500 meter the first one section, and CD. From point C, I have the distance to be 500 meter, again 500 meter. Next distance is 600 meter, and the other distance which is being present there is 400 meter alone. So it sums up to be 2 kilometers. Generally 2000 meters is the answer there. And what do I need to do now is the resistance per 1000 meter is given. So if I want to find out the resistance of the section, so what do I need to do is I need to see that the resistance of the section of the entire cable RAB, which is to be found out, but the resistance is 0.01 ohm per 1000 meters is being present there. So for a circular wire, generally I consider to be a circular wire or a circular conductor. So it has a resistance of 0.01 ohm per 1000 meters of the length that is being present there. So this 1000 meter of length which is being present. So the length of the wire is said to be 2 kilometers. So I have this to be 2000 meters of the distributor length which is being present there. Due to this distribution, I'll be having the go and the return conductor. So this is a 2-wire DC distribution system which is being present there. So 2-wire DC distributor which is being present. So this is the reason why we'll be having it for a 2-wire DC distributor, and to this 2-wire distributor you will be having the go and return conductor which is being present there. So go and return conductor, generally I have this value of the resistance being given as the go and the return conductor which is being present there. So the entire resistance is being terminated as 0.01 ohm, and for go conductor as 0.01, let me write here. So and the return conductor will also have the same distance, that will be 0.01. So it will be 2 times 0.01, or we can add the resistances. So it will be 0.02 ohm that is being present there for 1000 meters. So for 1000 meters I can have that, and I need to find out the resistance of section AC. Resistance of section AC is to be found out as 0.02 into 500 divided by 1000. So why this 0.02 is, it is the go and the return conductor which is being present there. So it is being written as 0.02, and later you need to find out what is the value of the resistance that is being present there. 0.02 into 500 divided by 1000, that is being present there. So here you can write it as 0.02, 5 by 10, that is 1 by 2. So I can write it to be 0.01 ohm that is being present there. So first what you need to do is, you need to do the resistance of the conductor per 1000 meter length of the distributor. So you have that to be 0.02 ohm, and for 1000 meter you have 0.02 ohm. So what is the distance for 500 meter length of the line from point A? So it is 500 divided by 1000 into 0.02 that is being present there. Okay. So what I can generally say is, including the go and the return part, the complete or the overall resistance is to be taken as 0.02 ohm. So 0.02 ohm, and I can say that to be 500 divided by 1000. So it is being given as 0.01 ohm which is being present there. Okay. So next one, what you can highlight here is RCD, the resistance of the section RCD. So in the similar manner, again from point C it will be 500 meter. So I am taking one of the sections of the diagram here. So from point C I will be having the distance of 500 meter that is being present there. Due to this distance, what is the resistance that is being covered? So it is again same as that of 0.01 only. You will be getting the same answer. So for the next one, it will be again 600 meters there. So only change here in the numerator, you have to change the distance of each and every sections that is being given there as 600 meter there. So 600 meter, 400 meter, or even 200 meter, you can change the distance, and the overall resistance of the go and the return conductor and the per 1000 meter length of the line that is being present there. all these things have to be considered while you are solving these type of problems. So we have seen that where you will be taking directly 0.01 ohm and you are substituting in this value, so which is not to be done. So see to it that the resistance that is being given, it is for the go conductor and the return conductor. So what you need to do is you need to see that it is the resistance, you need to multiply it by 2 or just add the go conductor. This is for the distributor, and you need to have a return conductor because it's a 2-wire DC distributor which is being present there. So due to this 2-wire distributor which is being present, that's the reason why you need to take it as the multiplication factor, or you can add the resistance per 1000 meter length of the line. So per 1000 meter length of the line, you can generally take that. So next what you need to do here is you need to find out for each and every resistance of the section there. Okay, so the currents are being given in each and every section, and the resistance have been found out. So next what you need to do is you need to see to it that you are calculating the potential drop there. Okay, let me do for the potential drop. So let me highlight the currents in each and every section quickly. I just told you a small procedure in which you can find out the resistance and the currents which are being flowing through each and every part there. So let me highlight quickly. I can write the resistance of section AC as 0.02. Okay, 0.02 divided by 2, I can take it as 0.01 ohm. Okay, yeah. So you know how did we take a 0.02 divided by 2 here? So it is 0.02 into 500 divided by 1000 which is being present there. I can take this to be 0.01 ohm which is being present there. Next RCD, which is again, it is written in the same fashion. It is again 0.01 ohm. Next RDE, which is being given as 0.012 ohm. 0.012 ohm which is being present. Next you can take it as REB. Okay, so let me write it here as REB. It is written as 0.008 ohm which is being present there. So each and every section you will be having the distance as again 500 meter. Again this distance is 600 meter. Again this distance is 400 meter. This section of each and every section of the distributor is being given out here. So say 500, 500, and again this one is also 500 meter of the distributor length of each section is to be found out there. So next what you can do there is you need to find out the currents which are being present there. So current in section, okay. So each and every section I can write it. Current in section. What is current in section? IAC. It is the sum of the currents. It is 500 ampere. Next current in section IAC is done. Next CD. I will have the currents as 100 ampere goes out there. I can take the current to be ICD as 400 ampere because 500 minus 100 ampere. So 100 ampere. So it will be feeding from the point C. From point C, it will be feeding there. Next, what I'll be doing is IDE there. So it is the section D which is to be considered. So I have 400 ampere of current which is being flowing through it. So next, what I can say here is the current IDE will be 250 ampere there. So it will be 250 ampere. Next, the current in IEB is, so it is 200 ampere is taken out. It is generally, let me, is it here? Yes, it is 50 ampere of current which is being flowing in the circuit. IAC, ICD, IDE, and IEB which is being present there. So IEB, IAC, and all these currents are being known to us, and the resistance of all these sections are being known to us. So how do I generally calculate the voltage drop in the distributor? So voltage drop in the distributor is being carried out with the resistance term included and also the current term which is there in the section there. So resistance term is being included and the current term which is being there. So what I can find out the voltage drop in each section. So let me write down as each section here. So resistance is known and the current is known. So resistance and current is being known here. RAC, okay, so RAC is 0.01 into 500. So 0.01 into 500. So that would be generally 5 volts there. So this you can write it as 10 power minus 2 into 5 into 10 power 2. So I can write this to be 5 volts there. So VA is known. So this is the section. Yes. So VA is known. So you can find out VC. Okay. So voltage drop is known. So VC is being given as VA minus, what is the term here? Minus voltage drop in the section, each section. So here, this is the voltage drop in section, voltage drop in section. What is that section? AC there. So voltage drop in section AC. So voltage drop in section AC. So VA, it is 300 minus voltage drop in section AC is 5 volts. That is 295 volt is being present there at this terminal. So 295 volt is the voltage that is being available at the terminal VC. That is from the feeding point C there. So you have the voltage which is being displayed as 295 volt. So next, what you can generally find out is you need to find out the remaining set of voltages: potential at point D, potential at point E, potential at point B there. So potential at VD, okay, so you need to write it as VC minus potential drop or the voltage drop, potential drop at, what is the thing there? So potential drop A to C, C to D, okay, at CD, section, okay, at CD section. So this is what you can use it there. So VC minus the section potential drop at the section CD. Okay, so the potential drop at the section CD is given as ICD into RCD. ICD into RCD. So VC minus ICD into RCD. So that is what you can find out. So you have 295 minus 400 into 0.01 which is being present there. So I can write this one to be 291 volts there. So VE, so it is being given as VD minus the potential drop at, okay, potential drop at DE section, potential drop at DE section. So what is VD there? So it has been written as 291 minus the value IDE into RDE, IDE into RDE. So you can write this to be 291 minus the value which is being given there. So IDE into RDE. So what's the value of IDE into RDE? 250 into 0.012. So that's the value which has been written there as 288 volt. So hope you are getting what I'm saying here. So next you will be having the potential at, potential at point B. So this is the potential at point D, potential at point D. Next, potential at point E, potential at point E. Next, I have potential at point B. So potential at point B. So each and every potentials are entirely different here. So VB is being present as the potential at point B. So I know this value, so which is 288 volt minus again the potential drop at which section? EB section. So potential drop at EB section there. Okay. So 288 minus potential drop at EB section, that is IEB into REB. So IEB into REB. So it is written as 288 minus 50 into 0.008. So it is written as 287.6 volts which is being present there. So each and every sections are being clearly written out. So you can write it in that way. So what you can infer from this is potential drop at VA greater than potential drop at VB, greater than potential drop at VC greater than potential drop at VD greater than potential drop at VB there. So there is an increasing values of the, sorry, yeah. So this voltage at VA, it is being kept at 300 volt generally. So as soon as it keeps on decreasing, I mean, sorry, as soon as the distance keeps on increasing with the distributor length being given there, so you have the potential drop to come down. So we started at 300 volt and it came down to 295 volt, and it later came down to 288 odd or 291 odd. So later on it comes down in a decreasing manner. So what you can say is, from the value what we had kept it as 300 volt, it has been gone down to somewhat 288 or 287 volts that is being present there on such a distributor systems with 4 different loading points being given there. So this is one of the important things what you need to analyze from this problem, and we can see to it that such problems are repeatedly asked with the change in data, and we'll see to it that we'll cover the next problem in the next video.